Hey to everybody out there. No, it's a wild day in Web3, but we out here talking artifact and just keeping people up to date with what's going on. I know there's always questions and time moves super fast, so it's always good just to come and jump in if you guys got questions, and we'll answer them to the best of the best ability I can. Um, but yeah, feel free to request. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of me just narrating what could be potential answers to questions. Shout out to Shadow being the first victim. What's going on, brother? You don't got to put the hand up either. It's just two of us.
Yeah. Question:
Go for it.
Will Animus end up being Clone 2.0?
And this has been a great spaces, y'all. I think I'm gonna. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, Animus is gonna be a lot of fun. I think. Gonna try and post that tweet that you had so some people could see some of the leaks, but definitely a lot of work going into that, and it's not really going to be, yeah, not gonna look like clones, that's for sure, but it's gonna be something unique like Artifact always tries to do. So I'm excited for everyone to learn more about that and to see what the team's been crafting away at.
Yeah, I'm a stop. I just had to crack that one joke while we were really small, and now we can get serious.
Yeah, ask the feel free to come up, ask the hard hitting questions. I know some people had some specific things that they might want to ask, or they're you don't want to ask it out loud. You can always just DM to me, and I'll just read it off, or just drop it in the comments as well, and make sure we kind of cover it. But Shadow, feel free to go further if you got something that you wanted to dive into.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of asked it yesterday, but I'll ask kind of, I guess you officially. I, we know delegate has been used in the past with the dot swoosh codes. Can we expect delegate to be kind of like used in the near future on the main artifact website? Is there an update on that, perhaps?
Yeah, I can double check to make sure that we're doing that on the main site. I think we've got the Wallet Connect app, and I'm not sure if I have to. I know they have quite a few, and I thought Delegate was one that was in there, but I could be wrong. And it's always good to make sure we have that option because obviously a lot of people got some expensive JPEGs we don't need taken away because you click on the wrong link and go to the wrong website.
Oh,
So I'll keep you definitely anything if we have larger mints or claims, we'll make sure to have that outlined.
cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just security for sure, definitely. I recently just found out about Delegate, so it hasn't been something that I've been like wanting for a long time. But once I found out about it, and I was like, man, this should be implemented everywhere because this is kind of like perfect. You keep your assets safe, and you can connect. God forbid one day, an official, channel or website gets compromised, but you just never know. So it's always great to have that extra security. But no, man, other than that, I don't really have any questions. I just saw, no one was up here yet, so I just thought I'd jump up. But it has been a very interesting day. I do have to say though, with my first interaction with a co-creator today, I am I'm very excited by Animus. Um, I mean, I know there's still a lot to be revealed as far as lore and final mint size and things of that nature, but As long as the co-creators take as long as they need to make it what we all know that it can be, and from the small little hints that we've seen so far, I think it's going to definitely make a big splash. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm also excited to learn more about the mechanics, potentially, if there are any, between potential animus and clones and maybe incubation. There's just a lot more to be revealed. So exciting things to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. And I can safely say that a lot of these questions will be answered sooner rather than later. I know saying soon is the worst word in the space, and I feel like nobody wants to wait for anything anymore. And that's just in general. We don't want to feel like we're waiting. That's not a good experience for anybody. If anybody who knows me knows I'm not a fan of lines or or doing anything of that nature. So I definitely understand there's been a lot of patience deployed across some of these projects while we're building them out. But I know it's gonna be fun to see. I'm really excited. There's hints that have been given in like the stream that they did at Gay Shy. I think Harlan had some words get snipped during a creator spaces and sent around. But yes, it's safe to say, like a lot of the projects, Animus is one of those things where it's definitely new, fun, and it's innovative in its own way, but also got goals to try and tie in the ecosystems. But let's throw it to Dre Mill. Real quick before I do that, Dre, I wanted to answer a question that I had bookmarked because I think Canadian Thanos had tweeted us out, and so can go ahead and answer since I see that he's in here. But I think he had questions about like similar to Shadow. You know, if there's clone utility of sorts coming that they can be expected through the rest of the years, and then I think there was a question about how L'Oreal and Byredo is going to play out. So I wanted to answer the first part by saying I can't really tell you about what is coming next because I would get fired, and that's the easy answer for me. But the fun, vague answer is that clones are always going to be part of the core of what I feel like Artifact is looking to do, and I think a lot of us are always talking about different ways that clones need to be focused on and prioritized. So it's definitely fun to see where things could go, and I think that's why it's also fun seeing how people speculate because, like I said, y'all, people pay attention, and so sometimes speculation can become something that's a good idea that becomes reality, and love seeing that stuff happen. So just know that it's always good to put thoughts and ideas out there. Just don't set that as the expectation of what is going to happen. But the second part, L'Oreal Group, just to cover it real quick, I think it's a really good thing to touch on because obviously Artifact is like huge when it comes to partnerships, as you can just see through the track record of everything that's happened from here till now. Like there's been crazy amounts of partnerships and there's a lot of complications that come with that. So when it comes to how things are going to go, I don't want to comment too much because once again, I'll get fired. It is not even my place, like these are conversations that are between a lot of people and there has to be a lot of oversight because yeah, you can't just start throwing labels on things and then call it a day. That's not how these things work. Artifact, as you've seen, it's always very strategic with the people that they're collabing with and working with, and it needs to be mutually beneficial and definitely something that both parties can feel like they can innovate and have fun with. But yeah, Canadian Thanos, I hope that answers your questions. Anybody else, if you guys got questions you didn't want to come up and ask, or if you feel a little nervous, don't want to try to feel like you're fudding or something, feel free to just DM it to me and I'll read it out. I don't really care if it's good, bad, ugly. We've been through it, so we're here for for the growth and just making sure people are on the same page. But all right, that was the longest interruption I've had to like introducing someone. So shout out Dre Mill. What is good, my guy? Tell me what's going on.
Yo, what a day, huh? Holy moly. I'm glad that we're having this town hall for us to be able to get these questions out. And that's one thing I wanted to say too before I put my comment out, because I don't really have a question, but I just want people to understand that this is the time for us to have these conversations. I know the first town hall we had a couple of weeks ago, I felt like people had more things to ask after the town hall was over. Like some people jumped in a bad take and we started having more deeply rooted conversation. We actually had a extremely deeply rooted conversation after that town hall. And I just wanted to put the disclaimer out, like, don't be afraid to have these conversations right here, right now, or ask those questions that you have lingering within your mind, because this is the time to get the answers. Like Cass is going to give you more information, or I guess as much information as he possibly can about the subject that you're wondering about. So if you have any questions and you don't want to DM him, jump in a bad take and DM me, anybody, Compound. So there's a lot of people you can speak to within the community that can pass along these messages that you have questions or comments that you want to say. So it's better said than not said, because it just ends up becoming more of a festering issue, and it can turn into something really negative. So just let it out, man. That's what we're here for. But with that being said, a lot of people hit me up asking about the Rimowa bags and actually asking if I had it in hand to see, if there was anything inside, or quality, or questions, or pictures, and all of the above. But I just received my update saying that it's shipped out and I will get it tomorrow. And I see that a lot of people in the group chat received the same update. So keep a lookout for that update with your emails, because I got an email, I got a text, I got a Shop Pay app that updates me with everything that's coming to my house, and that updated as well. So Rimowa is coming tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go to the Rimowa store and get some wheels to throw some D's on that bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna do it big out here. And
Can I just say real quick, the only thing I can focus on is you playing
that
with that
lighter,
SMG
you
lighter
know
in the
what I got.
background.
You know
Bro, I
what
can
I
hear it.
got.
I just know, bro. You just keep going back and forth. But anyways, that's all.
It's kind of. I was thinking as I'm playing with it, it's kind of ironic that I'm playing with a lighter with the fire that's going on right now. Jeez, oh Pete, but I'm not gonna even go into that because this is town hall and we're getting through the comments and the questions and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, always gotta have something playing in my hand when I'm speaking. Pause. But yeah, Rimowa bags. Check out and take a look in your email. Hopefully you got one and you'll get yours soon. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, keep an eye out for other shipping notifications from DHL too. If you're waiting on season 1 stuff, if you like Tevi, oh boy, I feel like he was about to come across Dre, just jump PFPs and strangle me if I didn't get to him about his season 1. Which I do want to once again give a shout out to people being so patient, because obviously it's been a process, but this is going to be, I think, a unique season 1 collection. We're not going to see this type of process again. Definitely going to have more to build off of after getting all this stuff out to everyone. But Tevi, what's going on?
Oh man, like Cass, how's everyone doing? Listen, why you gotta put out that big ass disclaimer like I'm about to come out here and like just be a loose cannon. Like I replaced the PFP for a reason, right? Like to
I
let
mean,
y'all
bro,
know
you want to drive
that
a
I'm
Tesla truck,
sensible.
so I don't know how I don't know if I can trust your
I
your taste.
mean, I mean, but no, for real. Wanted to come up here and say, well, Drake kind of already laid it out there. So one comment and kind of statement. Remo are back coming tomorrow. Super excited about that. And so I'm glad that that's getting sorted out. And if nothing else, because you painted me as a loose cannon, this added back to the little gauge of patience on everything else, season one related. But number two, I was actually going to ask you a question because you did deflect a little bit earlier today. So I'm going to put you on the spot, and I know you'll either say I can't answer or you'll give me a little bit more. But around CIRLs, so I know that these are supposed to be arriving per the initial communication, really in the next month or two here. I guess, are we still on track for that? Or because like months is like up to 11 and a half, right? After that, we're talking years. So can you narrow down that window a little bit for me and for people listening? What are we looking at? Are we talking August? Are we talking like 3-4 months? Are we talking 6 to 9? Like, where are we falling in there? If you can give us a little some.
So I've just nominated Hondro as tribute to answer this question for you.
Yeah, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm like outside trying to get some stuff done. But the CIRLs are set to start shipping in August. As far as everything I've been made aware of, that date has not slid at all yet. So as of now, we are still on track to begin shipping those in August of this year.
All right, so I just want to repeat that just to be clear. You said timeline has not slipped yet, or that we know of, and August is when they're shipping out.
Correct. Everything stands right now. They're set to ship in August.
Love that. Thank you so much. And today has been a great day. Got some new shoes, got some elementals, got the notification from UPS. So, I mean, you guys are killing it. Keep killing it. And we get some good news on CIRLs. So I'm flying high. I'm good to go. And unlike what Cass wants you to believe, I'm actually pretty sensible all the way around. So cool. Thank you.
That was the least sensible I've heard you yet, Tevi, but I appreciate you coming in anyways. Let's throw it to Meryl real quick, and then we'll go back to Shadow. And like I said, y'all, if you want to come up, ask any questions, make any comments, feel free to do so. If you are in the community, you got a project you're working on, who knows? You can come up here and shill that for a second if you want. We love the artifact clones and the creators, so I just want to make sure y'all don't feel like it's a place that you can't come and vibe and speak your mind. But go ahead, Meryl. It's all you.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? I think I'm curious about the forum that you had regarding the global festives. Could you elaborate and let me hear your beautiful voice talk about that?
Well, I love hearing your beautiful voice, Meryl, and it's the first time I've heard like semi-real Japanese, unless I'm watching like anime, and I miss Japan and all the clones out there. But trying to pin that tweet up to the top that Meryl is referencing, and what that is, it's for what we're going to call the Clone World Tour, where we're just building off of the community events that we've had in the past, and we just want to make sure we help level those up further and just create memorable, fun experiences for people. There's been, I think, like over 20 different submissions since I put that out there. So shout out to all you guys. And there's like, all across the world. So definitely been in talks with quite a few guys about different things you want to do. And I think we're going to just nail down timings and schedules with everyone. And we'll have some more news on that. But yeah, for those events, we want to make sure that you guys will be able to catch them online via live stream. So that way people don't have to feel like they need to FOMO into plane tickets and hotels just so they can be a part of something. But yeah, we just want to make sure we keep supporting the dope people that are out here trying to get connected.
So just to continue on that, does that mean that you're just having it continue to do the same thing as before, but maybe synchronizing, or is there something a little bit more elaborate? Like,
So
I'm not.
I love trying not to go into details because I know good ideas always get ran ran away with quick. But the core of it is a little bit of what we've done before, but a little bit more of what we've done with things like Gay Sci and the Clone LA event. And it's not so much that it has to be like these panel discussions. I think we might see some fun things kind of highlighting individual creators or groups of creators, and really just kind of diving into the local areas because yeah, each community is different, but similar in a way. And it's really cool to see how we could dive into the stories of the people that are building out these different communities with us.
Thank you.
Sweet, sweet. Let's throw it to Shadow, then we'll go to Shekinah and Secretly.
Yeah, so I guess two things, now that you said that, some things that we say sometimes can be implemented, but not to expect them. So, uh, I guess I'll just shoot my shot. If it's not already being worked on, I think it would be really cool if incubation was more of an experience. I think of my days of like, Pokemon or, Pokemon Go, things like that, where you have an egg and you have to walk a certain amount of steps to hatch or, things of that nature. I would like for it to not be an immediate reveal. And also if there is a way that we can influence the egg either through our clone's DNA, through hibernating at the same time as incubating the egg, maybe, or something of that nature, to where it can maybe unlock secret DNAs within the animus to then pull out, like, as a demon, some cool wolves, or maybe as an angel pulls out some cool like dragons or something crazy like that. I just think I would like to just see a project do something a little bit more than just clicking a button and then here you go, it's reveal time. I hope there's some things like that in the future, but since you said that they're always listening, I just want to make sure that was at least said. And then I guess to my actual question, because I'm all about animus, really. Um, we've talked about in multiple different spaces about the potential additional 20,000 animus eggs. Personal opinion, I think it would be amazing to have an additional 20,000. I know there are some fears about dilution and things of that nature, but just from the handful of animus that we've seen, I saw enough variations there to where if those are each individual eggs, I mean, we just don't know enough about it to justify if 20,000 extra is a good thing or a bad thing. I think we're just all kind of just going off of basically maybe other projects or other, deals. But I guess my question is when it comes to uh, lore being able to be a focal point to influence how many more eggs there are, maybe from story beats. uh, I don't know if this is the right type of question to ask in this type of setting. This is my first town hall, but is can you say that that is still at least that is still the path that they're wanting to go down to allow the choice of how many more eggs to be in the community's hands, or is it going to be more of a fixed number? I just kind of wanted to kind of know.
Sheesh, you really want me to break an NDA today? Ah, no, I think Harlan is is having some emotions of some sort. Writing things down. I think you get some good ideas, and what I can say is that Animus is yeah, it's it's gonna be a fun project. That's what I can say. 'Cause, you asked some very specific questions, and I feel like if I try to answer it too specifically, then I'm gonna just get myself in trouble. So, Shadow, let's just stick with you. You asked some good questions, and I think it's topics we can build off of. But on that note, let's throw it to Shekinah.
Hey, what's up, Cass? Yeah, you're doing this, and I'm awake. And is Meryl still here? Oh goodness, we should not be here. I think we should be off to this conference. But no, I just definitely want to come in, and appreciate some of the support around the folks that have liked and just liked and commented on this new collaboration that I guess kind of not. I haven't been working on. I didn't do anything. I just gave this one project, to use my IP, and so I just want to kind of announce that and but yeah, it's called Pixagon. Yeah, I accidentally hit the mute. But yeah, they're called Pixagon, and they're on the Wax blockchain. And this is, I don't know, I was on Wax. I was buying Street Fighter cards on Wax in 2021. I think a lot of other people were into Wax at that time. And yeah, it's just super easy to use. And so essentially, Pixagon is an indie gaming development studio. And yeah, they make games and kind of pixel, retro type games. But then they also create these virtual consoles that kind of look like, I don't know, Sega Game Gear. For those that might be a little, I don't know, older, maybe it may look like the Steam handheld as well. I'm not too sure. And so they used the Chain Hoppers comic IP. So just paid art from the pages of the comic to skin, the virtual console where you can play some of their games. And yeah, I've just been tweeting about it. And so anyone who's obviously a holder of the comic, they're getting airdrops for it, but they have to create a Wax account, which is super easy. And yeah, and I've brought them here, and if you want to invite them up, if anyone else wants to collaborate with them, you can do that, or whatever ideas. So that's all I want to say. I think it's cool to kind of get, not only our own IP, but, clones, not just staying, on ETH or messing with Polygon, but looking at other ecosystems, because that's how you kind of expand, the brand. And you find people that are working on other things that could help you out or whatever you're trying to build. So just wanted to say that. And yeah, I need to drink some water because you can hear this is sinus sickness. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, one thing I want to throw before we throw it to Pixagon real quick. Shout out Shekinah, you're always huge on building with your IP assets and doing it the right way. So it's always super cool to see. One thing I think that she brings up is a good point. A lot of us came to this space and we want to have ways to build with our IP, and some people feel like there's hurdles to that, and that's part of why Artifact creators, we want to make sure with that sector we're helping people kind of do these things and find opportunities for those people who are creators. So Pixagon, we're obviously going to talk to you, and I'd love to talk to you more after as well. But for those listening, either verified creators or not, just keep that in mind. And if you're not a creator, just hit the Discord and apply, add your portfolio. We're open to all sorts of types of people, just trying to find a way to help people build their creative skills and find a platform out here in Web3. But all right, Pixagon, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Definitely appreciate it. Should kind of appreciate the kind entry. I'm not here to crazy shill on y'all. It's not that's not our vibes over here, but no, I appreciate it. Y'all having me up. It was definitely super dope to do something with Shekinah. I'm personally just a big fan of the comic, so that was kind of what drew me in, even to being a little bit more tapped in with Artifact. Even it almost kind of gave me a love for Artifact that I didn't even know I had. I'd always seen the PFPs. I knew it was kind of a big project, but it was something about the connection that I had with Chain Hoppers and seeing it play out with the character, and knowing that it's her PFP, and it's kind of her known face in this space, if you want to consider it. So I just thought it was super dope. So something connected with it. The big fan of the comics. I bought a bunch of them. I have the physical ones. Yeah. So just huge fan of the way that she used it and the way that she collaborated with it. Just even as kind of like I guess a collector to begin with. You know what I mean? Just a collector that is a creative, and the way that she used both of them to kind of do that. I don't know. I just thought it was super cool. But anyway, no, I appreciate y'all having me up here. I mean, yeah, anyone that's interested in obviously creating a wax wallet, like she said, we wanted to kind of do something to, find a way to give something back to her existing comic holders while it's still being kind of a hookup for anyone that's interested in, seeing a CloneX IP on a faceplate. And it's pretty dope. Like, you don't actually have to buy the console. You don't have to do anything. The console is like all WebGL. So you could literally sign in to our website right now. And the only thing that you would need is the wax wallet is to purchase a game pack. And then the game pack you would actually open on wax, and then it would access the cartridge out of the game pack. And the actual cartridge is the NFT that's needed to play on the site. And the game packs are only $5. So we try to not overprice things. It's not like, we're not some like, oh, hey, pay us $50 to $100 to play our stupid little game. So we try to keep things fair, accessible to everyone, and obviously we make sure that the quality and the products delivered upon purchase, because if you're only spending $5 and you're getting a full game, I mean, shit, you can't get a Happy Meal for $5 these days. So we just try to strive for that as much as we can. But obviously we're always up to collaborations. Like, I'm the person that's behind this account. My name is Kuma. Well, everyone calls me Kuma, but my Twitter handle is @CryptoKumas, but I'm the community manager with Pixie Gone. And then I've even collaborated with them in doing things like a Crypto Kumas video game, and they have a signature title called Pixiel, and so things like that. So I mean, we strive to be the kind of early Nintendo formula, and follow in some of those footsteps of just bringing games to the blockchain in a strong quality fashion. So, I mean, I guess that's as much as I'll share, but I appreciate the time, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming up. Appreciate it. So let's throw it to Secretly. No, you had some things to say. So what's going on?
How you guys doing? What's up?
Doing pretty good. Fun fact, y'all, Secretly was the first person to send me a voice message on Twitter. It was actually quite a treat. So you should be using voice message more often if you want to connect with people.
100%. I agree with you guys. With you, Cass. I was gonna let you guys know I picked up an Animus egg today because everybody was so excited about the Suzuki drop, and I couldn't afford that. So, went with the Suzuki egg. Gotta drop that. And you guys should be excited because the project sounds like it's gonna be very fun. Of what I just heard, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I wish I could get more into the descriptive adjectives without saying this fun or innovative, because those are ways to describe it. But yeah, it's just anything else starts to give away hints, and nah, can't do that. Can't do that. Shadow, I see you got your hand up, and anybody listen, feel free, like I said, to jump on in if you do have questions you want to ask, and drop them in the comments or my DMs. But let's go to Shadow.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to do a better job this time. All right, so with Animus coming in the near future, perhaps, would you? I guess I can't ask you directly because you probably can't answer it. But what I'm basically just trying to make sure is that um are there going to be lore events are there going to be lore events in the future for Animus drops? Let's just say that, not any extra. Just let's start with that. Will there be? Is there still plans to do lore events for Animus, or will it kind of be like more of a cold launch where we kind of don't know anything about it, and then we find out what they are about afterwards? I'll try that one.
So what I can say is lore definitely plays a role into Animus. And yeah, so it's gonna be story mode to some degree. But let's see Pixie Gun put their hand back up. We'll throw it to them, and then we'll throw it to Carl Blad.
What's up, guys? All right, so I got a question. I seen like the PFPs or whatever it is, the like AR PFP where like your whole PFP like moves and all that crazy shit. Is that in your Discord, or is that in like I've seen it and just kind of like breezed by it, so like I haven't tapped into it too much. I'm aware of like the AR heads or what, you know what I mean, where you could kind of like take your PFP and put it on and like rep it on some AR stuff. But I'm curious about like the whole PFP thing and like what's that about, or like how's that work?
Yeah, so that was made by a community member called Ali. I'm trying to pull up his Twitter account, but there's a lot of Ali's on Twitter, and for some reason his account's not showing up for me right away. But he went through and not rigged, but he animated a bunch of clone files for community members and using some smart techniques to make it look like it's got some like 3D pop out effects. That's how you're seeing the fun videos that are being posted by a lot of people. So shout out to Ali. If you guys haven't followed him and seen his work, this man is something different, y'all. He's been putting in the hours to get the skills to do this stuff. So it's super cool to have someone like him just crafting and building for different clone people.
Yeah, it was something that I seen, it like caught my eye. Like I mean, I've been in the space, I don't know, like 2 years, 2.5 years or something going on, and it was just something that I was like, wow, like never seen that before. So yeah, no, that was definitely fire. But no, I appreciate it. I was just curious, wanted to know a little bit more about it.
You're in the right space. I think everybody on this stage, Shadow included. I know Shadow is he might know more than some people. He's only been here. He's only been a clone community person, I feel like, for the past couple of months. But you hang out with these bad take people long enough, they start to put the artifact knowledge in your head. So let's throw it to Carl Blad real quick, and let's see what they're thinking. What's going on? Oh, we were talking to you. I don't know if you're rugging, you're just hanging out, a little engagement farming. Word. We appreciate it. It's farmers only, y'all. That's the way we run this space. But yeah, if you want to come up and not engagement farm or do that, feel free to do so. We're gonna be here. Gonna keep answering questions for another like 30-40 minutes. You gotta jump. Let's throw it to Shekinah. See, she put her hand up.
Yeah, no, just one more. I mean, I tweeted this last night, or put it in the bad take, like DMs, but I don't know if y'all talked about the clone girls, like yet, but I think they just released a video. I'll try to find it to put it to the top, but yeah, like I've been able to meet them, and I think what they're doing is, kind of cool. And I mean, I think I think I'm gonna see them. I think they've already performed at one event, and I think they probably have like a couple more throughout this blockchain Tokyo, like a week or month. But yeah, I would just say, yeah, just don't forget to show them some love and like what they're doing and kind of spreading the brand.
Yeah, shout out to the Clone Girls. They definitely doing some cool stuff. I think it's it's awesome to see different music acts break into Web3, and they're doing it a cool way with clones using their digital identity and really merging the IRL stuff. So I pinned it up, but make sure to give them a follow and some engagement. I want to give a shout out to Taiwan Swag, who just joined. He also joined the team as a community lead. And so if you guys have never been able to talk to him or work with him in the past, definitely a dude with a lot of knowledge, a lot of resources in that I think he can bring to help Artifact do some cool stuff. So Tommy, what's going on? Good to see you, dude.
No,
I
I
feel
was
like
just
it's like
coming. I don't even know why I'm awake. I didn't even sleep. But
yeah, I
yeah,
was
you
gonna say,
know,
dude,
yeah,
you need to go.
but I was just coming up for some engagement farming. That's all.
Like I said, farmers only. I'm glad we got all the farmers up
Nah,
today.
I was watching the new Ethers trailer. It was pretty sick.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you
man.
gotta go check that out. I think this is a good little moment.
It will be good, man.
Obviously,
Trust me. I think.
no, I think it's just good to keep remind people don't be that person on the timeline ever trying to be dunking on other projects. Let's remember why clones were such a cool and fun community in the first place, because we were always welcoming and opening, and so
Exactly.
it's always good to keep that vibe going.
But yeah,
no
I'm happy. I'm happy. I finally joined a team, and we're definitely gonna work on some crazy stuff. I mean, you know, they announced. I mean, Z and Chris and them announced it like last month, but I've been secretly working for a little bit.
I would ask you what you've been working on, but I think I know. So
I'll ask him.
Hey, I'm not.
Tommy, what you been working
Why
on?
are you doing this right now, man?
What is Tommy working on?
Look, I don't know why I do this to myself. This is actually like such a. I feel like people are gonna leave and be like, Cash is like trolling people with info. Like, nah, it's fun. I think it's fun seeing this this progression of how we're trying to keep everybody involved and make sure that people can see what's going on in the back end, as well as kind of keeping some mysteries. Because one thing I don't think people realized in the past, Artifact was real loose lips. Holy hell, there was a lot of stuff that was like leaked and said way before it was supposed to be said.
Oh,
And there's a lot of times
yeah,
that
of
I'm
course.
like, yeah. So like, they like I think people kind of like they want to be more involved, and I want everybody to be part of this process and feel like they're on this journey. And we definitely gonna do what we can to keep that happening. But some things are gonna unfortunately stay secret until it's the right time to announce it. So let's throw it back to Shadow. I see we got a few others who joined. We got Dark Data, Beetle. So we'll go to Shadow, and then we'll go to some of the new people who joined.
Yeah, man, I'm just out here just, asking questions, seeing if I can get some answers. I'm just fishing, man. But yeah, Taiwan,
I said
man.
farmers only. This has nothing to do with fishermen, bro. What the hell?
Hey, Taiwan.
What's up, Shadow?
Hey, look. God, I'm trying to figure out how to question these questions that y'all can answer them.
No, you
All
can
right,
you can
let's.
just question anything. I'll pick what I can answer.
So you said that you're working on some cool stuff in the background. Can we ask if it is clone related or animus related? Is
It's
that
it's
okay?
it's it's artifact related for sure.
Okay, all right. Yeah, next person, I guess.
No, I mean, yeah. No, the way I put it is that they announced like I've been on the team for a little bit, but they announced it like a later date. I think that happened to most of the community manager, but it's all good.
So you're saying potentially there can be other people right now amongst us working for Artifact, and we won't know till months later. Interesting.
I mean, really doesn't change anything, but yeah.
All right, before we feel like we gotta start playing Who's the Secret Artifact Spy in the fucking
Wait.
face.
We gotta play that
Yeah.
game.
No, we're
We
not
gotta
playing
play
that
that game. We gotta
Yeah.
play that game.
Anyways, Kevy is the spy. Moving on. Dark Data. What is going on?
Yeah.
Yo, what's popping, guys? I wow, I haven't talked up here in a while. How y'all doing today?
It's all vibes, man. All vibes.
For sure, for sure. I just wanted to let you guys know, my buddy, Tropics Music, he's like the clone DJ or whatever. He's got a single coming out, and I know he's probably not in here, but I thought maybe we can go support him. He's got like a new song coming out on Friday, I believe. And if you guys want to go to his page or whatever, I don't know how to pin anything, so maybe somebody else could pin it. But he's got a song coming out, and I think he's doing one of those DJ events. And I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the last one that we had. It was pretty cool. Like you can go in there with your clone and dance, and it was a vibe. But I actually missed that last one, so what I'm saying, don't miss out on this one because I think it's going to be pretty cool. The only reason I'm shouting him out because he's clone fam. I like supporting people, and also I did help him with a couple of the 3D stuff, 3D files, and so I think it's going to be really cool. So he's dropping this Friday. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Hey.
Yeah, I was
Shout out
about
Data
to
for
say
bucking
that
the creative.
I have the privilege to listen to that song already. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So go check them out.
Yeah, I pinned the song up top, and I
Nice.
think he'll have some tweets going out. So everybody just stay tuned for the Tropics announcements that he's got coming. Got to support the artist.
Yeah. What up, Beto?
Let's throw it to Beetle.
GM. So I wasn't planning to come up today, but when I saw Tommy up, I was like, oh no, I need to come up and ask him something.
What? Go ahead.
So it's exciting question. So Tommy, I want to ask you two questions.
Go ahead.
The first question is, since you've joined Artifact, what's the most challenging thing you have been working on?
Most challenging thing to have all right, go ahead. Finish the second question.
Most challenging thing. And then the second thing I want to ask is, what's the most exciting task you're working on?
Okay, I'll answer the first one. The first one, the most challenging part, actually might be, being like on the same timeline with them, with Cass, because the time difference. I've been having like meetings in like demon times, man. As this guy, like I'm like Cass' assistant. That whatever he has a meeting, I have to be there.
Whoa!
I'm
Whoa!
joking.
So
I'm joking.
It's a mutual assistant. Tommy is putting in the literal demon time graveyard hours, 2 a.m. Taiwan, just so he can.
So he's based in Taiwan or where? Vegas or LA?
Cass is in LA, but a lot of team members are all over the world, like Hondros in US as well, and some in Europe. Because I've been working on some artifact creator stuff as well, and Franco's I think he's in Spain or Argentina right now. So it's just like everybody's spread out. So every time we try to have like a bigger group call for the meetings, it's like sometimes it's just hard to find a time. But I'm actually the one trying to just do whatever. If I have a 3 a.m., I'll be there. It's like it's fine. But the second part, most exciting. I would say this because I had a relationship with one of the founder, Zaptia. So I actually get to know a lot about Artifact, and I actually talked to a lot of different team members. But when I was still a holder, there's still something that they couldn't tell me, right? But now I joined a team and I've seen like more stuff, and it was just a privilege to know like everybody's working on something, and we're all working together towards the same goal, which is nice.
That's that.
No, I mean, what else can I say? What can we say, Kaz? I think I right now, honestly, we want to focus on the trying to have all the activities aligned. So when we have um like big announcement from projects to project, we still have some sort of community activities or in between. So it's not like everybody just waiting for the official to drop something. I feel like we as a community, we could do something as well, right?
Yeah, that's cool. And I guess I shouldn't put you in a spot, too much of a spot. But I'll say the thing that I'm looking most forward to from you and Cass is the world tour, because you guys are the ones planning and coordinating it. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So yeah, for those, I mean, I think I was late on this space, but Kaz, you pretty much like mentioned everything about the Clone War tour, right? Application and all that stuff.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
I mean, all the feedbacks all the feedbacks I've seen from Google Forms has been pretty good, and was pretty surprised. Some regions like Dubai has like 200 holders, and other places has quite a lot of holders. And now we're just like trying to figure out like the logistic, and definitely gonna be talking to some individuals soon about more details, planning and stuff. So yeah, if you guys have any cool ideas or anything, feel free to DM. I mean, you guys can go ahead and go to my bio, like the link in the bio to fill up the form. But if not, you guys can always DM me, Cass, or Hondro. If you guys have any ideas, like you want to host, like, but the events what we're trying to do is not really just about like partying or just a dinner anymore. Like we're really trying to throw something that's has to be some sort of lecturing, educationing, and something like that. Like Beatles, you've been to CloneX Taiwan event, right? So like the whole rundown and process. We're trying to make it more like that,
Like a corporate convention. I'm just joking.
not a convention. It's more like there's timeline and there's like different activities set up, direction guidelines. So people just don't come party, like couldn't communicate with each other. Like we would try to social.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like with the Taiwan event, I think what I really liked was that you get to connect with different community members building on different projects. And then we hop over to the Japan event. I think what was really nice was that you get to see the different artwork of different artists in the artifact community. So I think moving towards the world tour, I think what could be exciting is, if we use some of this apps like Avatar that Cam's working on, if we use it to do some photos or live stream and use that as content, that would be really awesome to showcase the creators' work, but also integrate the whole experience for not just the community members, but what outside people can see of artifact community.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there was this discussed before. If it's like a whole week, or we can do like a week around the world, where everyone's like live streaming and everyone can kind of see what the other spaces are doing, like a portal of sorts, and the time zones could switch over, and it's kind of like access 24/7. That'd be pretty interesting. If there was a template that could help, so that everyone can hit like, I don't know, 5 key points, and then each city could kind of at least demo those things, and then if those, let's say 10 or however many zones kind of have a centralized point, they could everyone can kind of see those different things on the display.
Yeah, another point to add is that there's definitely a lot of cool conventions or like big events. Like Singapore has token events, and then there's different NFT events or SneakerCon or other stuff. Like when you guys submit the form and feedbacks, like if there's any big events like this going on, like we could also do like a side event, because since there's already foot traffic, so it might be easier, like since like, but we definitely try to throw events on the side, like with SneakerCon and all these stuff, because since we do a lot of holders are into streetwears and all that stuff. So we try to do as much as
Yo, chill.
What? It's fine.
You already started.
No, I said, for example, I didn't say what we're trying to do. I said if
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hands raised here. We should go to the other hands. Okay?
No, come on. I know my limit. I think this is fine. Like, we're just trying to. I'm just trying to tell them like what would be nice to give us feedback on certain things like this, because or else there'll be lost like just hosting individual events.
Yeah.
So Tommy, you said I need to move to Dubai then, right? And do some events in Dubai. That's what I heard.
No. I was
200
just
holders.
trying to read some of the feedback. I was just surprised that there were a lot of holders there.
Can we see the feedback?
Wait, sorry?
Can we see the data? Is that something for public that we can see?
It's not.
It's pretty cool to see.
Public. It just It was an estimate from the holder.
I'm moving.
All right, we got some hands up. Let's throw it to Rose Jade first, and we'll go to Shekinah and Shadow.
Oh, thank you. I think for suggestions and ideas, as Tommy was talking, I thought, it being a global event and we have such a huge body of creators, it'd be kind of cool to do like a IRL or virtual scavenger hunt of sorts. But as you collect things, it could be things that we contribute as a community to make. I was thinking, like, when you go to conferences, you get to go visit and do things and collect swag, if you will. We can collect digital swag that's been created by our communities. That might be fun as a crowdsourcing kind of collective creative moment to surround it. So just want to throw it out there. Like, I would be definitely willing to contribute somewhere, somehow. But even if you process through those I get to attend, I feel like if I attended and I had a clone where I kind of visited different stations and all of a sudden I got different renders or items to collect along the way, I feel like that's pretty meaningful too, to commemorate kind of the event, but also to showcase our creator economy and community.
Love it. Yeah, definitely want to find more ways to make sure people are being involved in these different activities. I think that's one of the best parts about where we're at with artifacts and like clones and in general. You don't even have to really have a clone. There's a lot of dope creators out there that aren't clone holders, and I think it's really cool because we're gonna try to make sure everyone can find a way to put their mark on things. Or if you're we're working with the verified creators, there'll be some more opportunities there. Damn, so I just realized I low-key skipped way over memory. I skipped way over this man because I think he joined a little bit ago. And then I also skipped the other Atlantan, Frankie, which, it's whatever about her. But anyways, memory, what's good? What's going on?
All good. I'm used to it. I'll pay you back with some relatively more spicy questions if you will allow me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all really like to push these.
Let me pull up this text note. All right. Question number 1.
Wow, he's for real.
1, 2, 3,
oh,
4,
no,
5,
he broke
6,
out the notebook.
He's for real
7.
now. I'm like, I thought we were just joking. Like, note number 1.
Nah, man, I don't play.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so, Taiwan, congratulations, man. The team speaks very highly of you. I'm excited to see what you do within the community to help build it up, and hopefully I get to meet you one day. So, question number 1: how would you describe Artifact's current communication strategy this year? Do you think that we will definitely communicate more strategies being implemented, or do you think that they pivoted into something else?
So I think we definitely pivoted. There was. Let me think how to word this, because obviously the year before there was a lot of the emoji kind of building up the hype, and like I said, lots of leaks, lots of things that were getting teased, shared well before most of the times we were saying we weren't going to share things, like in this example for this year for where we're at. And I think that's the kind of the contrast people might see to a degree, where things do seem quiet at times, and a lot of it, that quiet is just because there is a lot of work going on in the background to make sure other parts of his ecosystems are actually built out and projects are ready to level up the way they should. But I still, I'm wholeheartedly on the team that things could be better and that there's still more to do improvement wise with communications. It's just how do we fix some of those areas that we're still kind of falling short.
For sure. Okay, so the next one is, what lessons do you think Artifact learned mostly last year and this year, and how are those changes being made from those realizations?
Ooh, this is a good one. And I can tell, especially just because of just actions. I think actions are always going to speak the most when it comes to any situation. And I think even internally, communicating across teams has improved a lot. There's definitely also a lot of just what's the word? But I would say not attention, but just like, I guess you say the feedback loop from the community is a little bit more heightened this time around. Feel like at the start of where the team was when they first launched clones and everything like that, they had to be very much so like, this was the plan that we're going to roll out, and this is how we're going to try and knock out what we came to do. And obviously there was things that went well, there are things that didn't go that well. The people wanted to see change in some of those areas where people wanted to get better improvements. I think we're seeing a lot of that work being put in, and sometimes it might not seem like that, but it's also just because there's quite a few different projects that are being handled by the same group. So yeah, hope that answers the question.
Probably as good as you are allowed to. The next one is, what is Artifact's big focus right now? Will there be more focus on providing value to clones, or is Animus kind of like the next big push?
I'll answer this one.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
I'll throw it to you real quick, but then I'll say this because I feel like we get caught up in this a lot, and it's like, it's one of those things that it's part of where we're at in Web3, where everything is kind of narrative focused in the space, and everything's focused around, what's coming up next. Whereas if we looked at any other just like normal organization, things kind of launch in synchronicity, or some projects will happen first, and it doesn't necessarily affect like the overall strategy for what's occurring for the group. And that's one thing I'd encourage people to keep in mind, is like, no matter what happens next, it doesn't mean clones are less important. Whatever happens next doesn't mean Animus is less important. Just because this happens doesn't mean, dunks are forgotten. I just want to make sure people get that, like, there's a lot of things that the team is focusing on, but it's not just like, oh snap, this is what we're going to do, fuck everything else.
No, I think he should. The question he should ask is what you are focusing on the most, like you as individual, like as Cass.
Let's go.
That's my question. You want me to actually answer that one?
Yeah, that's my question for you.
Damn. Man, well, I've been focusing a lot on these new games that came out on the mobile app store. I've been like just really deep in. Have you guys heard of Clash of Clans? Like, it's super crazy.
Anyways,
nah.
Boo.
Nah. In reality, I feel like I focus on a lot of the things that people want to see happen. Some of these fun projects that can be anything from IRL events to some of the in-between things, like the bridging of what we want the community to have a part of in the Artifact story, or in the the project and how it's building. I feel like it's really hard, because now I'm just like, yeah, Tommy got me questioning, and I know I could show y'all, but it's like a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be able to show you. So I think I'm excited, because maybe one day I can like point back and we can all say like, it was fun working on that part, or this part over here.
Damn. I thought Cass was a human, but that sounded like a robotic freaking reply to me. I don't know about you guys, but
He's
there's a
not
whole lot of
letting
nothing.
anything slide. But at least we
I'm
got.
I'm working on a I'm working on a thing that has this exciting thing I'm looking forward to this thing.
I feel like we
Look,
should
it's
play a
so
game
that's
and
why.
reward. How many times did he say like things and things of that nature and kind of like, you know what I mean? Like we should see how many times he says that, and then whoever gets the right number throughout the thing, throughout the space, gets a I don't know, like an egg drop to them or
An
something.
animus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cass, you
Look,
make a good
so
lawyer.
I this is why I wanna make sure people understand as much info and secureness I have to go about with my speaking. I promise you, the founders, they gotta be ultra mode because they know twice, 4 times, 15 times as much as me. But the best part is those guys definitely don't want to be ultra secret mode sometimes because it's a lot of fun stuff that they're working on. And yeah, I know it's just one of those scenarios where part of being one associated with a large group like Nike, you don't want to start spilling secrets or running out and giving competitors information. And then also too, like I said at the earlier part of the space, is like partnerships and a lot of brand deals, they can't be discussed like just out in the open. Anybody who's seen how businesses get done or like how partnerships get done, you'll know that if you're the person running your mouth about what's about to happen, then you're most likely going to lose that deal, and that's no longer going to happen. So yeah, we gotta make sure we keep things under wraps, and we do what is needed to be done to get the projects and the ideas where they need to be. But enough of me pontificating and rambling like a lawyer. Let's throw it to Frankie, since I so rudely interrupted. And we'll keep it going for another like 20 or 30, and then I actually gotta jump to hop on some fun work calls. So Frankie, let's hear from it.
Hey, I've just been lurking around my neighborhood, aka the streets of Atlanta, and every time someone says animus, I'm like onimus, like under my breath, and people are probably like, "What the hell?" I wanted so bad to be like onimus, like onimus. The name animus, I don't know why it doesn't do the thing for me, but what I did really want to say is that I love Artifact and I love all of you. And I just really respect everybody for still showing up during such a bear market. So many communities and people are just focused on floor price, money, floor price, money, floor price. Just those things are great. Trust me, I'm not saying they're not, but I just really think the people of Artifact they have so much depth to them and so much intentionality between our relationships online and offline, and it's just such a special group of people that is really here for the potential of the metaverse, the innovation of technology, and just really good humans. So I just wanted to say, if you're here, I love you a lot, and I'm sure other people would say the same thing if they could. Those are just my two senses. But on a serious suggestion, I have emailed this to Artifact a couple times, but I think that you guys should hire a marketing person and send out weekly emails like newsletters and also have blogs. I think that people are so afraid to have Web 2 marketing efforts because they think it's lame. But I think that that would really improve the communication with Artifact, even if it's just like a weekly email that's like Creator of the Week with a couple other viral tweets. Really, anything I think would help. You guys can have a database of contacts, have someone do your email marketing and your blog post writing, and I think that you'll be in a really good place. I'm obviously open to doing it, but that's not my intention with the subject at hand. So those are my things. So Onimus out.
The slight Frankie job shell, and I think it's a great suggestion. Definitely things that we will take note of, and hopefully we can act on some of that stuff pretty soon for you, so we can get some anonymous newsletters out to you. I can't even say it. There's literally like it's spelled ANMIUS. Like there's no O, and so I just don't understand. Anyways,
It's a you. It's you, but I'll leave it to you, Cass. I'm sorry.
look, we all got to go back to second grade, get hooked on phonics, learn how to read and write and speak English. I'm just actually talking about Frankie, but it's all good. Let's throw it to Shekinah real quick, and then I see Memory and Shadow also got their hands up.
Yeah, so my question was more along the lines of, like, I know that we saw the new post for Taiwan swag. So, like, I mean, I don't know if you can even talk about this, but what's the structure of the community managers? Because, like, there's you, there's Cass, there's Hondro, there's, Taiwan now, then, like, I guess OG. I'm not too sure what he does, but he's something, I think community something. And then Kone or Con, I don't even know. I never call him that, but him as well. So, like, what is that structure? I like Namanja better, but like, what's what's the structure for you able to talk about that? And then I want to kind of go back to Rose Jade's point, what she was saying, and maybe it could be like a virtual passport, and you get, like, I don't know, like something cool. Because I remember anyone that went to the Fuocious, like, paint parties, like, you had like a passport and you would get a stamp for each city that you had went to for the paint parties. So imagine, I guess, like, Artifact do a virtual one of those, and like Rose was saying, we get, I don't know, cool stuff from the community. Community creators can create something, and that kind of marks that you attended that event, virtually, since going around the world would, be very difficult for a lot of people. So I just want to add those two things. But yeah, can you clarify that structure, or you could say, no, it's top secret. You don't need to know that. So,
go ahead, Cass.
I was gonna say Tommy's just gonna tell us he's the boss of everybody. I think that could have been the better way to end it. But no, we all take different tasks and responsibilities and things that we focus on. It's a lot of work. So there's a lot of people that are doing fun things. It's, damn it. Now you guys got me realizing that I say the word things a lot. So Tevi, that was, you really messed me up on that one. But no, I think it's really just kind of segmented based off of certain areas. I don't want to say that Hondro is overseeing a lot of the shipping stuff, because people would then start hitting him up about anybody.
You just did. Oh my God.
I feel like you did, though.
You just dig a hole and kill Hondro. Jump in here.
I mean, I agree with Shekinah. Like, honestly, I feel like it would be helpful, even if it was like more like, hey, like, these two people are kind of focused on in this area. So, like, when people do have a question, like, you know who to go to. Because I mean, I can slide in your DM or Alejandro every now and then, but it might not be the right person, right? And so
I think we're all the right people, though. Like, we're not the type to, if Hondro gets a DM about something for, like, the Clone World tour, he's not gonna just ignore it and never tell me about it.
Or like, we'll definitely guide you to the right people to talk to. But for, how should I phrase this? So yeah, like, we are all mans in many tasks, and like, but there's definitely the difference between, like, community manager and mods. So what you mentioned, like, OG, he's a Japanese mod, so he basically pretty much just, like, handle all the basic communications, and, like, if there's, like, a deeper questions, or in, like, for example, like, shipping or all that stuff, like, he will definitely guide you to, like, Hondro, me, or Cass, or any team members. Yeah. And for the second part, yeah, we definitely want to bring better experience at all the community events. And the feedback that you have, the virtual card or whatever, that it's a really good idea. Yeah.
Notice it's the women, giving y'all some good ideas. So yeah, don't sleep on Frankie either, because I'd love to see, like, another woman, on the team, and not just in a mod role, but you know what I mean. All right.
So we do.
Wait, no way. That's not just the women, bro.
And not for diversity's sake, but I think she'd probably take it even for that.
Oh man.
I was gonna say
I share ideas for the record, but I just don't share them in public. But we have many ideas bouncing back and forth all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are messaging Hongzhou about shipping. That's why he dropped out.
Yeah, we messed up, y'all. That was my bad. I apologize. But no, I do want to say, Shikana, we do have we do have a responsibility. I feel like to always try to keep that stuff in mind. Make sure we bring it on more dope people. We did bring on a whatchamacallit, a project manager who is a woman. She's not too public facing on Twitter and stuff like that, but she's really awesome and super dope. But yeah, let's throw it back to memory, and then I see Dre Millie got his hand up, and then we'll round it out with Shadow, and he might be one of the last people with one of the last hard hitting questions. So let's hear it, memory.
Man's cut me off with a word salad. You guys know it. I was only halfway off with this text document here, which I will resume now. All right, so the next question is, will Animus have any incubation mechanics for traits or stats past which pod you place them in? And you don't have to go into detail.
Who hit the
and
bell?
Wait, who hit the bell? I
This
want
is
to know who
ambiguous
hit
enough
the
for you to
bell.
answer.
That was so
Hey,
on point.
that
Whoever did
me,
that,
man. Anything
props.
incubation or staking, I'm here for it.
Wait, who hit the bell?
Shadow. So wait, memory, was that the only part of that question, or is there any more to the question? Didn't want to cut you off again.
That one specific question of many, yes.
Okay, wait. Let's get the other questions as well, and we'll try to
Boy, that was a yes or no question.
That's a skip.
Yes or no.
That's a skip.
Yeah, bro. I can't. Yeah,
I got you, Cass. Now I got you. That's a skip.
Y'all weak for that. All right. Next one. God, y'all better be able to answer this one. All right. When will you be able to say more about Animus, or do you have a general timeline for marketing/release? And I say general. Do not tell me soon. You can give me like a 2 to 3 month chunk window, and I will be satiated.
Anytime between now and December.
Oh, man, I'm gonna floor this clone. Bye.
Yo, you shouldn't say December. You should say end of the year. It's safer.
I was gonna add 2025 at the end of that. No, I really want to give a very serious answer, just so people don't rage.
Yeah, do it.
Throw
do
my
it,
egg
do it.
on the floor. A very serious answer. It is actually soon. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that, because dates and numbers and months and all that stuff, we can go down that rabbit hole, and then people will be like, cast that on the spaces. I'm supposed to, by August, this is when it was, and it's now August, and I was late, or I'm there. So let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Cass, you're just ruining our lives.
I'm trying not to, y'all. I'm trying, as much as I would love to.
If you say estimated, estimated in front of everything you say, then I think it's appropriate. Like, this is the ballpark estimated timeline. Then I think you're good to go, right? Because there's a plus or minus.
Estimated to say this. That's the problem, and I'd rather say the most hated word soon, so that way people can just put their own anger on that word and ignore it and just let it be. Let the timeline.
Hongzhou definitely said August for the CRL. Though,
yeah, he did. So I mean, we got a little
100%.
something today, and so if nothing else, I'm appreciative of that. And so again, the patience meter is topped off based on that little extra you gave us. So let's go.
All right, this concludes the question section. Now I have one thing for Animus, since you said that potentially things that people say could potentially be implemented, potentially. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously for some people. I know for me, I was a tiny bit disappointed with the robot offering for season 1, and feel like we may have gotten a little bit shafted with the purple nut on the chest kind of deal. So, if you want to have a BLK robot black metal Animus transformer or maybe some sort of like, because you know how like in pet psychology, you know, pets pick up, you know, traits of their owners. You know, why not let BLK robots get like black metal versions of their animi? I mean, wait, did we just come up with the plural of animi? Is that the thing? Or animus is a collective noun?
I like animi as a plural. That works for me.
All right, bet. Now it is officially canon. Yeah, no, I said potentially that. And another thing was, it'd be cool to have some sort of like, not mini games, but it'd be fun to have some sort of like interactions where like mini JTopCat puzzles or something where your clone animi could be like smarter, or I don't know. Obviously, I clearly have no idea what the end goal implementation of animi is, whether it's like a video game or like Pokemon Go or just like a PFP companion or something. But if the statistics matter for anything, it would be cool to reward the clone owner's own specific stats. And then you could have really interesting like secondary sale mechanics based off of like, oh yeah, my Animus is smart AF, you know? You got the dumb rock. Oh my goodness.
You need Shadow just like constantly walking behind you anytime you talk now, just to ding up your points. No, there's a lot of good topics in there and things that we could build off of. Dude, oh my god, I gotta literally extract the word things from my vocabulary now because it's all I can hear. But
Things.
Yeah, god.
It's better than saying sing, so
yeah. I'm trying my best here not to say it now. Yeah, to answer your questions a bit, Memory, as we kind of said, and some of the best alpha you're going to get is just going to go back and watch that stream with the founders and Gaysai, and they definitely hint at some of the aspects and where some of this direction will be going. But I think the most important topic is just how Animus is viewed, where, in my opinion, it's a lot like Clones, where it's an IP project, not so much of, hey, here's just a PFP that you can have, and where something that Artifact is going to actively push to grow, just like Clones, and have that be an IP that could possibly do some really cool stuff out in the world. Sweet. So we gotta kind of wrap things up here. Gotta jump off. Let's throw it to the last few peoples. Dude, Dre's had his hand up for a second. We'll go to Meryl and then Shadow. Since you're the only non-clone on the stage, you get to be last words. So yeah, let's throw it to Dre first.
I was gonna say something really off the charts and put you in more of a pickle than you've been in this entire phone call.
Oh, bruh. This has been a long one. Let's hear it. Rip the Band-Aid off, bruh.
I ain't even gonna do it. I'm gonna just go ahead and back down and walk away.
For the people, you got to ask the question now, even if it makes me look real dumb.
Because this is gonna go too long, man. You only got a couple minutes left, so do what you got to do. I'll speak to y'all offline. I just got a notification that somebody blocked me in the space, like right now. So whoever that was, middle finger, you.
I think you blocked me actually.
No, did I? Who said that? Who's talking? Was that Frankie? You got a deep voice? What's going on?
Shot.
I said that.
Oh shit! I did say that. Oh, here we go. All right, no, never mind. I'm backing off, man. I'll speak to y'all later. Go ahead, Meryl. You got this. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, thanks for the handoff. So thanks for the spaces as always. I think the question I had was regarding Animus IP. Are we potentially looking at a usual same as Clone, where everything's okay apart from the Murakami? If you wanted to use the clone, the assumed future Animus 3D models to make some AR cards, would that be, and sell that, would that be out of the question, or is that something that we're looking forward to as a whole community? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me save that answer for the official announcement, only because I don't want to misspeak, especially when it comes to IP rights, because those things we really just need to make sure people are reading the licenses and understanding those before we comment too far on that. But yeah, I will be able to say that when it comes to how you're able to operate with your 3D files, it's very similar with clones that will make sure people have the tools and the things ready for them. There I go again, saying things. But
Things. Things.
it's just like it's some people say the word like a lot, and now I'm trying not to be one of those Cali like girls that's just saying like every 4 seconds, but no, it's just with things. Anyways, instead of throwing it to Shadow real quick, we gonna throw it to Top Shot because he is new, just joined. I want to hear from him real quick before we go. Top Shot, what is good?
Hey, what's up, Kaz? Yeah, so I attended the Miami event, and I thought what CloneX is doing was pretty cool. I think the community here is pretty tight. I kind of got like this weird shadow band for receiving like one of the Genesis T-shirts. Yeah, I really think CloneX is cool though. I wouldn't want to do anything malicious to this community. I really like what you guys got going on. And yeah, I hope to see more in the future. I'm a big Murakami fan. I collect his sculptures in real life. And yeah, man, I hope you guys just keep going.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Top Shot. Let's throw it to Shadow for the final outro. Shadow, what is the last word for us?
No, I got a serious question this time. Like when I first entered into the space, it was a little bit confusing, and I'm pretty sure with Animus and all these other things y'all got brewing in the background, um, when they start to come out, people who, like myself, a month and a half ago knew nothing about this project, they may have questions, I've heard that the website is it's en route to being updated some point in the future. I'm just wondering if you guys know or have heard as far as like introducing new people and getting them up to date to kind of like what's going on with the story beats and things of that nature. Is that still intended to update that side of the website? Uh, Hopefully, maybe before we start getting into other things, but at least is it still down the road as far as like coming along?
Yeah, so there should be website updates on multiple fronts. So we're gonna have a lot of different things. Man, all right, we're gonna have a lot of different website updates throughout the next year's time alone. Even in yeah, even over the next 6 months, I know there's parts of the Artifact Creator site we want to make sure updated, as well as other informational sites for just the general community. So I hope that answers your question. I only said thing once, but yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much answers the question. So I mean, pretty much just like a summary of, kind of everything you've said, the whole space. We're going, or everyone has said we're going to have an event in Dubai, perhaps. Um, we're also going to have Animus very soon, so that's probably tomorrow, guys. So I would stack up. And then also, what else? What else do we talk about that is all speculation?
CRLs.
Cass said that
Yeah, I was
he's
just
buying
saying,
the
Shadow.
Cybertruck.
What else do you want to bury me with, please? The SEC is here. They just wanna arrest me. Go ahead. Feel free
Yeah,
to dump
Cass said he's
more
buying the Cybertruck, and the
misinformation.
CRLs are going to be in the back.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
he's delivering them to everybody
Hey,
in
Cass,
August.
Taiwan, anybody, man. What's the real name of Animus? I know you know.
Onimus.
Yeah.
It's actually called The Thing.
Oh, yeah. Interesting, man.
Man, going full circle. Well played. Well played, Tommy. Well played.
Well, speaking of coming for full circle, it's been a great Spaces. I think what we need to do now is just make sure we all take this positive energy and dump it into Bad Take, because that's usually starting right about 60 seconds ago. And yeah, I think Dre Millie got some hands up. You about to give us these last few words before everybody makes some migration to Bad Take?
I was just gonna say that we got 2 days left before the Remoa bag is done. So just a reminder for that.
Good shout. Yeah, anybody who still wanted to forge their remote bags, you should be able to do so if you are buying off a secondary, and you can still go to the website. Anybody who has already bought and forged, like Dre said, I think at the top of the Spaces, there's been some more UPS updates, and so you should probably see that your bag should be moving out to you pretty soon. So yeah, stay tuned. Keep an eye out for those DHL, those UPS updates. I know Artifact and others will have updates as well through over the next few weeks, and make sure to come back with another town hall soon enough. But I appreciate everybody jumping in. You guys got questions? DMs are always open. Jump in Discord, etc. And yeah, just make sure you head to Bad Take after this. Man, I don't like having the last word. So, Frankie, since I was so mean to you, please leave us with some parting words.
Bro, I knew you were going to do this to me. I could just feel it in my bones. I was like, Cass is going to throw everybody on my shoulders. Love yourself and love others. That is all.
Love it. Send it. Don't forget to love yourself and love others. It's a wild space out there. Just send that love. That's what we need in life. Go hit Bad Take with that love.
Onimus.
All right. Not animus. It's Onimus.